Welcome to Today at Dunamis, the first episode of 2023. And of course, I'm here with our host, Shaun Hansen. How are you today, Shaun?
I want the applause. Where's the button? Yeah, Rusty. Yes, thank you. Yes.
Where's it?
That sounds like they're laughing at me. Yes. I asked for applause and I get laughed at. Okay, so that's a great way to enter 2023.
Yeah, with laughter.
2023.
Oh my goodness.
We're already here.
We're already here. Oh my goodness. January's here.
Do you have any predictions?
That the world won't end.
The world. I've been saying that for 3 years.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you feel? What do you have a feeling? I have a feeling for this year.
I've got a great feeling.
What do you feel?
I feel there could be an addition. An addition this year to the Edward clan.
Wow.
Oh yeah, I'm feeling maybe this year I might find a lady. You never know.
Wow.
That's how good.
Well, Miss Erica, what do you think? That's a pretty big statement, huh?
It is.
May it be.
May it be. I mean, has Erica involved helping out in that one?
No.
All right. So
I'm going solo.
Gone solo.
Yeah.
Solo, we can't see it. Okay, so that'd be
Erica
great.
is joining us.
My prediction is
yours,
it's a new day.
It is a new day.
So I was talking to some of my key staff on Tuesday.
Yes.
And they're trying to work out what we're going to do as our motto for the year.
Oh yeah.
Because we got the Vision Sunday coming up, and they're going to work it out. But I said, for me, it's a new day.
New day.
I don't want to use that scripture. I press on because it's all labor intense.
Yeah.
I just feel like it's a new day. And to be honest with you, all through Christmas, not that you work on attendance because that's just numbers, right? But it can be encouraging.
Yes, it is.
Or discouraging.
Yes.
But all through December, and then the last 2 Sundays, and normally the first 2 Sundays of January are the toughest because people are away, have been such great response from people,
awesome.
people coming out. And I just feel like it's a new day. It's just like a fresh air. I just feel that fresh air. I mean, I know we still have the whatever around, and I know we have all these things, but I still feel fresh.
Yes.
Do you feel refreshed?
I do. I don't feel like...
That's what you say when you get married.
Oh.
I do.
Oh, I do. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Just practicing it for you.
Yeah, I'm just practicing. Yes, I do feel a sense of I feel excited. Energy. I don't feel like, we've just had Christmas. Just give me a second. I need my morning coffee again.
Well, some years are heavy to restart, and that's why they go. Apostle Paul says, "I press in towards that goal," meaning, boy, it's heavy, but I'm going to do it.
Yes.
Or I'll make a way in the wilderness. I'll make a path, and they're all good scriptures, Isaiah. But I just feel like it's fresh.
It's fresh.
This is the day the Lord has made. Yes. I'll rejoice, and I will be
glad in it.
Oh, very good. You know the old song, so it comes in well. So now, technically, we can't show Miss Erica right now. Erica, it's nice to have you with us. Can you have applause for Erica?
Lovely to be with you. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Erica.
I can't hear myself, but that's fine.
Turn the volume up.
No worries.
I probably broke something. I think I broke something.
No problem.
And Erica is still technically on holidays.
She is.
Yes. So this is not a paid thing. She's just in here as a guest.
Yes, the generosity of her heart.
I have paid holidays.
Okay, well, that's a good answer. You have paid holidays. Yeah. Okay, so which is great. So, but we have a special guest.
We do have a very special
and we had mentioned this a couple months ago.
Yes, we did.
That we knew that Erica's mum was coming in from Oklahoma.
Yes.
And it's not merely Oklahoma. It is Laverne, Oklahoma. It's not just Oklahoma. It's Laverne, Oklahoma. Like the TV series, Laverne and Shirley.
Yeah.
Yes. And Laverne, Oklahoma, and her mum is over here.
Yes.
And what a wonderful lady.
Yes.
So can we give a big welcome to Erica's mom?
Woo! Hello, Dr. Suzanne.
Hey.
Welcome. Welcome. Yes, very good. Very good.
Greetings from Oklahoma.
Yes.
Don't you say that again?
Greetings from Oklahoma.
See, I like that.
Yes,
do you do a drawl like Texas?
Yes, we do a drawl.
Give me your best drawl.
It'll come out. It'll come out.
I'll do mine. I go.
Howdy, y'all.
Y'all come on back now.
Yeah.
Y'all
Yeah,
y'all come
that's
here.
Good.
That's all right.
Good.
I live
Come
in
on
Texas.
back now, y'all.
Y'all come on back now.
Y'all come
a little
back
bit
now.
of that and Beverly Hillbillies, you know what I mean, comes in well.
Or I'm fixing to. I'm fixing to.
Yeah.
I'm fixing to?
Yeah, I'm fixing to be on this podcast here.
That's good. I thought you were going to I'm going to do some fixings like food or something.
No.
So
fix you up some grub.
It's a verb.
So you've been to Australia before.
Yes.
And,
yes.
which was 11 years ago?
Yes.
11, 12
Oh,
years
wow.
ago for Erica's wedding.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
He was a great celebrant on that day.
Who was it? Was it Josiah?
No, it's me.
Oh.
Okay, so
Josiah was a sound guy back then.
Oh, gotcha.
yeah, he hadn't been promoted yet.
Oh, yeah.
See, there's hope, buddy.
There is.
Yeah, see, there's a progressive stage. And a beautiful time that it was. And having you back, has it changed much since you were here?
That was such a whirlwind trip,
Yeah.
you know, and now there's cruise. So that's
Cruz. We should have a
So-
picture of Cruz, you know, to come on screen. So that would have been wonderful. So little Cruz. And Cruz is how old now?
18 months.
18
Actually,
months.
19 months now.
19 months.
19 now.
You got the daughter behind, okay. 19 months. And it was last December around that time that Erica, Andreas, Cruz went to visit you in Oklahoma.
Yeah, yep. It's been a year since
Yeah. Ooh,
they
go
were
to
over
Erica.
there. Yeah.
Oh, two. Oh, there.
Hey, there's a
Mama
photo.
and Cruz.
There's a
It's
photo.
the one I showed you, Mom.
Yes.
Oh, that's a good picture.
Yeah.
Oh,
nice.
that's good.
Yes, very nice.
So where is this?
That was at the Hyperdome.
Oh, it's a
They
Hyperdome.
matched, so I wanted to get a photo.
Yeah. Normally, I'd say that I wouldn't think much of a Hyperdome wall, but coming from Laverne in Oklahoma, it's probably a pretty good thing,
It's
right?
only 5 minutes away.
So we did some homework on Laverne.
We did.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
We did.
So let's ask yourself, what is the population as of 2022 of Laverne?
Last time you knew it was 1,300.
Okay.
Ooh.
Ed, we looked up online and
Did.
it was.
It is 1,187.
It's reduced.
We've lost a few.
That's because Erica
Oh, no.
left. You know what I mean? And they were there, and then you didn't.
Oh, no.
So that's like it's hard for us to imagine a little town. And I had a friend, Darren. You met Darren Bagley.
I know Darren,
And
yes,
he
you
was
did.
in Atoka, Oklahoma. He used to sing. Oklahoma could sing. Where are you from? Atoka, Oklahoma. It was just had a beautiful ring. And he said that his town was a good town because it had a.
Walmart, probably.
There you go. And it wasn't just a Walmart. It was a super Walmart, mega Walmart.
Excellent.
It was open 24 hours.
Yes.
So I said, what do you young people do? He says, well, they go down to Walmart and have one of those slushy things down there. So Walmart's a big deal. So do you have a Walmart in Laverne?
So our closest Walmart is 40 miles away.
So you talk miles. We'd probably talk about driving time. So
Yeah.
40 minutes.
40
Oh,
minutes.
okay, that's
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
That's not too bad, right?
40 minutes. It's like going to Go Coast.
Yeah.
Oh
it is.
yeah, whoa,
It is.
whoa.
Through the country.
We drove
through
to
the country.
We drove to Harbortown, and it was 40 minutes.
There you
it
go.
was a trip
Yeah,
to Woodward.
Oh, my
So
goodness.
it comes to the area there. So what'd be the main hangout place in Laverne? A dental clinic?
School is really big. I mean, it's home, school, churches. You know, that's basically
Sports.
the life of
Yeah.
small town America.
Do you recognize this picture?
Ooh.
Ed?
I can't
picture
see
up.
the picture.
Oh, that's not even it.
It's not
That's
it?
not it.
That's,
Oh my
that's
goodness.
one in LA. There's a place called La.
Oh,
Verne.
good thing she can't see
Laverne
it.
Dental Center. We got the wrong one. Eric, you got to find
That's
me the right one.
California. That's California.
Laverne. Oh, man. I blew it.
Yeah. Whoops.
Okay.
But it's probably great. I love that.
Well, you know, California, it's looked pretty good for being out there and where you are. So let me ask this. We could only find two sort of infamous persons, okay, who came from Laverne.
Yes.
So, number one.
Jimmy Webb was a songwriter.
Right.
A very famous songwriter.
And what's the famous song?
Wichita Lineman.
Play it for me, Ed.
Oh yes, yes sir. Any second now.
He wrote it.
Oh, he wrote this
He
too?
wrote this song.
I did not know that.
Oh, yes. That comes up as his number one song.
Okay.
Yeah,
Didn't know
yeah.
he
So
wrote
that was
one.
it. So
he wrote
he wasn't
Okay.
born there, but he came there for schooling, and then he claimed it as his hometown.
Yes.
And number two,
Jane Giroux, Miss America
and
1967.
we have a photo. Let's hope it's the right photo this time.
She's a-
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, she's beautiful.
1967. You turn that
She's
around.
so
there.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Very
So,
advanced. Very advanced.
Do you know
trivia
her?
of Miss Jane Giroux. Her family comes back to my church, Laverne United Methodist Church, for Christmas Eve service.
Yeah.
And so this Christmas Eve, she was there with a large group of her family. So I sang a solo in front of Miss America 1967.
Oh,
wow.
So you sing?
Yes, I do. Yes.
Does
I
Erica
sing and
sing?
play. Yeah. Oh, Erica has an amazing voice.
Erica.
She harmonizes beautifully.
Erica. I've never heard you sing.
Well, Cruz has been having us. Cruz has been having us sing row your boat.
Do you want to?
Okay, should we demonstrate?
Okay, here we go.
Demonstrate.
Hold on.
Demonstration.
Introduction, please. Some sort of noise or drum roll or whatever else.
Okay. Oh yes, that's what we need.
That one?
That's all I know.
Row your boat gently down the stream. If you see a crocodile, don't forget to scream.
Don't forget to scream.
Ah! There's our
Okay.
song.
Bravo.
So, you know the Australian one?
That is the Australian one, isn't it?
Well, even better Australian
Okay,
one is
tell
the
us.
First Nations. You
Tell
know what I
us.
mean? Goes, Barramundi, you got to put me on the camera.
Oh, me. That's me. Oh, sorry.
Okay, thank
I
you.
was watching you.
This is a normal thing that happens, Erica.
like fully
is that
engrossed.
she either doesn't put me on or she waits till I pick up this to have a drink and she gets me. So this is
fully engrossed
normal. Okay. So it goes Barramundi, cockatoo.
I don't know this song.
kangaroo, and something else.
That's cool.
Where are you, Danny? Danny always has it.
Danny.
Barramundi. Anyhow, it's all Australian critters. You got to teach them that one.
There you go. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right. So maybe on Sunday you want to do the offering item, Erica?
You don't know this, but I am the one who usually leads music in chapel. So there you go.
That is
Okay,
true.
so let's
That is
record that.
true.
No.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Let's record it. We have recorded.
Yes,
it.
we-
Good. Let's have that one.
No.
So speaking of chapel, the Bible school is recommencing, right?
Yes.
While we're here. So
Yes.
just a plug out there for
Yes.
all those.
Go to school.
What date do we start?
February 1st.
February 1st. So I'm
Coming
looking forward
quick.
to it immensely.
Me too.
It's going to be a great time.
It is.
So, Laverne. So,
Laverne.
I
guess
couldn't
I'll
find
get
a
name
photo
to it.
of the dental office. Sorry.
That's okay.
It doesn't exist. Out there.
well, it does exist,
On Google.
Erica.
On
okay.
Google, I can't find
It does
it.
exist.
Yes.
Okay, right now we used a California picture because it looks really, really nice. You should see the inside photos. They're really, really good. I was like, man, they spent some money on this place.
Yeah,
You know what I
wow,
mean?
that's
It
real
looks
fancy.
good. You know, California, I mean, it's all big deals. Comes and goes there. So here we are in Laverne, Oklahoma, okay, and conservative, liberal, what sort of a town is it?
Very conservative. So the entire state of Oklahoma, all of our senators and representatives on the national level are Republican. Our governor's Republican. You know, it's the reddest of the red state, redder than Texas.
Redder than
Oh
Texas.
wow.
Yeah, every single.
Well, a lot of Californians have moved down to Texas.
Yeah, yes,
Austin, they say now, is one of the most liberal cities.
it is. I was there
Yeah.
last year. I know. I get it.
Was.
Yeah. Was that right? Is that obvious?
Downtown was, yes.
Downtown was.
Yes.
I've never been to Austin, believe it or not. So,
Really? You've
I'm
never
not
been
going to
to
lie to you. Yes.
Dang,
It's true.
wow.
What is it, like I'm lying? I mean, I don't know. Like, really? Yeah, no, I'm telling you the truth. I've never been to Austin. So it's very conservative
Yes.
and very much believe in there. So how do you handle your current president? Biden, we're talking about.
Shut your eyes for 4 years and hope something changes, right?
So if a political party or a person wanted to ruin the country of America, they would do nothing different than this administration has done.
Wow.
Who would have been worse, Hillary or Biden?
Hillary would never have gotten in there. People would not have voted her in. So
But who would have been worse?
her.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yes, yeah.
She thing that irritated me the most on Hillary, besides saying you need to rewrite the Bible, and I don't think she was fully joking in that area there. Do you
yeah.
remember who one of your fathers were who wanted a cut and paste Bible? Who did a cut and paste Bible? It's in the Smithsonian University.
I think I'm
Thomas
gonna be
Jefferson.
Wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, he cut out every area of miracles and everything at all and just have the teachings. It's in the
wow.
Smithsonian. So he cut and paste already existed back then. But yeah, she was into what they call partial born abortion, meaning taking the head out and then killing the. I mean, I can't comprehend. I know this sounds wrong, and I shouldn't go this way. I can't understand how Christians support politicians. I can't even understand Australian Christians supporting politicians who believing in taking. I mean, it's one thing, and I'll let them discuss that out there between, other areas. But when I'm talking about like convenience partial birth and just doing that area where their head is out, it's going to fully survive, and they kill the baby. There's just something morally wrong in that area, and it's a real pet thing that I have in that area. So what is the economy like then in Oklahoma?
It's good. It's doing well. We're natural gas based. A lot of ranchers, farmers, that type of thing. I mean, it's not always easy, but it's doing well. Yeah.
Well, of course, it depends on when President Trump was there. Natural gas, oil was doing really well.
Exactly.
In fact, Australia bought so much reserves over there, and they were self-sufficient, and now they're dependent upon other said nations, which is just a tragedy.
Yes.
So in this last midterm elections, were you surprised? Did it happen what you expected? Like, what's your feelings?
With politics, it's so easy to get your sights up and your hopes up, and we really expected more of a wave. We were surprised, but thank goodness we took the House. There's some really positive things happening there the last couple of days.
Because the media has been saying that because of, was it 13, 14 runs before they could elect
after
the Senate,
15 rounds.
15 rounds, the House Majority Leader.
Yes.
Particularly the liberal media were promoting that as showing, problems in the Republican. But from someone who's conservative, how do you interpret that sort of thing?
Oh, it was beautiful. Having that many votes forced concessions that are going to make a difference for years.
Yes.
They made it so that you have to actually have 72 hours to read a bill, which wasn't law before.
So before this minority was blocking it, you didn't have 72 hours to read a bill. It was like
Correct.
It could be just there and then.
That's right.
Okay.
And they made it so that it has to be different subjects, so that you can't pass this omnibus bill they just passed with all these subjects in it that most of them are rad. But anyway, there were a lot of really good concessions made.
And even some of the House Majority Leader's power has been pulled back, if I understand.
That's correct.
Because I think there was also, and correct me where I'm wrong, that there was also this agreement that the Majority Leader, let's say it's Republican, and the Minority Leader, the Democrat, could just have an agreement and it was passed through without even going to the House.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. They
Beforehand.
took care of that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So that was brought back into line. The same thing is having more debate on subjects, because there's quite a few areas where, if I understand correctly, they previously had closed down debate on certain subjects, so you couldn't debate it. Your House Majority Leader, or whoever it is, would say there's no discussion on the subject, and you couldn't have any discourse. But the media painted the so-called 20 as problematic, rebellious, revolutionaries, right?
Pretty much whatever the media says, you can believe the opposite, and you're probably right.
Yeah.
Almost every time.
Yes.
Was anyone in that 20 from Oklahoma?
Oh, yes. I don't
18
know.
of them. No, I'm joking.
I don't know if I can say, but it's actually a man that I know well. That
Okay.
he used to come to Pastor Darren's church in Atoka. He's from that area.
Right.
Wow.
Well, I
Josh
knew.
Burkeen.
Oh, I know
is
Josh.
down. Yeah, he's a.
I got
he's a
some
senator.
stories
He's a
on Josh,
Republican.
I'll tell you. Josh, I know Josh. We're going to
Yeah.
get him online one time.
He was one of the holdouts.
So when I was over with Josh, going back a while, I mean a few years, Josh, he's a cowboy. And
Yes.
in high school, he rose up to the president of the Young Farmers,
Yes.
whatever else there.
The FFA,
Yeah, see, I
National
remember some of my
FFA.
stuff there.
Yes.
And then he was working, I think it was the senator or for the state of Oklahoma. And then I think that guy ran for the federal or did something else. So he actually ran and won, has he?
He beat an incumbent for the state.
Yeah.
And then now he ran and he won, and he's on the national level as a representative.
Wow.
So you got to ask Josh to listen to this podcast, because I'm going to tell a story about Josh. And I know Josh, he goes bright red. Right? I mean, he goes red, I mean, he's conservative. I mean, I love the guy. I haven't seen him for years, and his parents just stayed up their ranch a couple of times. Just loved them.
To interpret, going red means really embarrassed.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Sorry.
I go red all the time.
Yeah.
But that's
Rightly
like
there.
it's a very Australian phrase.
Yeah. So this is how it is. So Pastor Darren was over here speaking for me, and he brought Josh along.
Yeah, I think he was on the trip I was on.
Ah.
Yes.
Way before.
Yes.
And anyhow, Darren wanted to come to my gym. Well, it's not my gym, but the gym I worked out. And so Josh came along, and and Josh, being American, is getting a little bit of attention off the girls. He's a good-looking young man, is out there, and whenever the young girls they talk, he always gives a little twinkle in the eye, as Josh can do it if you know Josh. So there's this young, pretty receptionist, and he said, "How you doing?" And she said, "Good as." And he said, "What?" She said, "Yeah, good as." And he went bright red, and he walked on, and I go, "Are you okay?" She said, "You Australian girls are so rude." And I go, "What's wrong?" He said, "Did you hear what she said?" I said, "Yeah, good as." She said, "How rude." I go, what do you think she says?" She's saying that I have a good,
Behind.
buttock. I said, "No, man, it's good as. It means I'm good as any day, good as anyone, I'm good as." It didn't mean you have a good posterior. That is a true story. You mention that to Josh, you get him to listen. Josh, if you are listening to this delayed, you know it's true. You know it's true. I remember it. Okay? So he was just caught by it. That is the gospel truth. I'm not making that up. That is the gospel truth. He'll tell you. Whenever I saw Josh and I said, "Hey, dude, you good as or what?" So, isn't it funny what gets lost? That's a true story.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's a true story. Have you heard that one, Aaron?
I don't think
No,
I have.
that's a gospel truth. There's a gospel truth. Okay, so that really did happen. So I mean, he was happy that the truth came out, but maybe disappointed because he was like probably strutting like, hey, it's all right, buddy. So it came in there, but no. But the McCains had a wonderful ranch. I don't know if they still have the ranch up there, but I used to go up there. It was just incredible, which is good. How did I go? So anyhow, so we have Josh up there. So is Josh one of the 20?
Yes.
Oh,
Josh was one
man.
of the 20.
That's amazing.
I'm going to have to Google him now.
Dang.
Yeah, I have to Google that young fellow. Have to do a tour. So he's one of the 20. That's great. And you said he just got elected in this last run.
Yes.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
And he beat an incumbent.
On
He
the
could have been
state level,
incumbent
I'm
because you
not
said
sure.
they're all Republicans.
Right. No, not for national. That was his other kind of a miracle run in Oklahoma when he beat the incumbent. Yeah.
Wow. Oh, well, good for him. He always, is he married now?
Yes. Married with children.
Wow. Well, it had to happen, I suppose. Had to go. Praise God. But, that's interesting. And so he was one of the guys who held out?
Yes.
Jeez. We got to get him on the podcast.
Yeah.
I know that young
Could
fella.
tell some more stories.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it's politics. Oh, so was he like a poster boy for Oklahoma? Because he's from Atoka, Oklahoma.
Okay.
Well, it not be where he lives now, but that's where he did live. Where does he live now?
I'm not sure. That area anyway. That I know
Yeah.
as
So
far
he's
as
from
I know.
Atoka,
Yeah.
so up in the area there. So that's really phenomenal. Yeah. So he held out. Oh, there you go. I know one of the guys who held out.
Yeah, wow.
Well, know of them.
You know a lot of weird people, Shaun.
I know you. Okay, so it comes about there. All right, that's good. So what's the future of, it's an exciting time right now. I suppose come around February, March, we start looking at who's going to be running for president. You got all the different people, be the party runoffs. June, July, I imagine they'll probably have their big, who they're going to get. And then we do the run for the new year, seeing who's going to be president for election.
Yeah.
So will Biden run again or not?
Well, how would I know? I don't
Well, okay, I'm not asking you to know, so I'm rhetorical. Do you think he will run again?
Maybe. I don't know.
Do you want him to?
Well,
No, the reason why I
it's-
said do you want him to, because
Yes.
you might feel like he's done such a bad job
correct.
that
Keep him in there.
keep him in there.
Keep him in
But
there.
to be
You can
honest with
beat
you,
him. Yeah.
I was wrong. I thought because he looked so unable that he had no chance of getting in. Okay, so the opposite happened to me.
Yes.
Okay, I thought like he has no chance. I got to be honest here. I thought Donald Trump was going to win, but did I get that wrong?
Yes.
Yeah, well, I don't. You might think it.
It depends on your
I
point of
don't.
view.
You know why I don't? Because Hillary's still moaning on the other side.
Yes.
And I figure if we moan and say then I don't see how we're different. When my son played sports, we say play the whistle, not the decision. You know what I mean? And just rebuild again. So
Yes,
it comes
yes.
in.
Yeah.
So could he run again or not? If he doesn't run, who would run in the Democrats?
So can I kind of break
Yeah.
here?
Yes.
You know what? Whatever happens in American politics,
Yeah.
I have to believe God's in control.
Amen. He is.
And so I have a quote from Alex de Tocqueville.
Yeah, tell us.
From 1831.
Yeah.
He was French and visited America. And this is what he said. Pardon me. I sought for the greatness and genius of America in her commodious harbors and her ample rivers, and it was not there. In her fertile fields and boundless prairies, and it was not there. In her rich mines and her vast world commerce, and it was not there. Not until I went to the churches of America and heard her pulpits aflame with righteousness did I understand the secret of her genius and power. America is great because she is good, and if America ever ceases to be good, America will be ceased to be great.
Yeah, it's great.
So that's
great.
my word on American politics.
Yeah, yeah.
quote.
No, that's good.
Yeah, great quote.
And there's so many good people in America, and
Yes.
that's what we remember. But we're still interested in that. So that was a curveball to throw me off.
Yeah.
I think it's the tree of knowledge instead of
Well, we have to have faith in God, not in men.
Yes.
Yes.
And one of the biggest problems is like when I've seen Christians here, when said persons get elected and they get depressed, and I go like, well, where was your hope?
Yeah.
I mean,
Exactly.
the greatest victory we had as Christians was prior to when Christianity was accepted. And it was under persecution, it was under trials, and this is what happens. Do you think President Trump will run again?
Yeah.
What about the governor from Florida?
Oh, DeSanta.
I think eventually he'll be in there. I don't know if he'll run.
Do you not think he'll run?
I don't know if he'll run now,
Yeah.
but he's amazing.
So let's do some predictions.
Oh.
Okay.
Can we play this game?
Oh my
Sure.
goodness.
We're going to record it.
Over under. That's football. I'm joking.
DeSantis, will he run or not run for 2024?
No.
I say he will.
Oh.
Okay. Now, I'm not saying he'll be selected as the Republican
front
nominee.
runner? Oh, yeah.
I'm just saying I think he will run for nominee.
Ah, yeah.
And the only reason why I say that, from my perspective, okay, is that it seems like there's a glitch in President Trump's run to how it was prior to the midterms in some areas. That's the only reason why I say that. His ex-Vice President Pence, he is going to run, but I think he shouldn't waste the money. So it's a bad run there. But that's what I predict. Biden, will he run again or not?
Yes.
I'm going to go no.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right.
I'm going to go no. I mean, he might. Okay, I'm going to put it this way. I don't think he'll end up being the Democrat nominee. He might run, but so he might still run nominee purely because I just think it just doesn't work. I think the Democrats are worried in that particular area. But that's. I'm not an American, so what do I know?
I might say a controversial thing, but maybe
Please.
he's the puppet that they need.
He already is a puppet.
That's what I mean.
I agree. He
Yeah.
is a puppet. But the fact of the matter is that, can he hold it together?
Great
So,
question.
for example, you're up to date in American situations, pretty much. So they did all this in Florida, raiding President Trump. He had all these files. And guess what?
Mar-a-Lago, yep.
They found out that when Biden was vice president, they found a whole room full of secret files. And not only that, they just found another room with more secret files.
Yeah.
So I was watching the press secretary trying to handle those questions. She didn't want to handle those questions. Because this is what I say. I'm a Christian. I have strong views, but I still got to keep balance on both sides. So you won't find me saying, and I mean respect, Trump's robbed because I'm going to sound like Hillary. Hillary's robbed. Because I was critiquing her, I'm not going to do it again here. So the same thing is, if they put in these things against Trump, then they got to put in the same things against Biden.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So
it's bad. Now, one of the things I do like right now with the lower house is that in their inquiries they're going into now, they have actually invited some Democrats to be on that committee. Whereas when Pelosi was the leader, she would invite any Republicans to be on the committee. So bipartisan a little bit there. So who knows what happened? But I don't see anything happening because the Senate is controlled by but it's just a stalemate. And it could be a tough year for getting things through. Because there are good things that Republicans want to get through that the Democrats are going to stop.
Absolutely.
And there are things the Democrats and the president wants to get through that they'll stop.
Yes.
But then the president can do veto power. And the problem with veto power is once he's out of office, the new president can unveto it. It's because it hasn't gone through the House.
Yep.
That's happened with Obama, that happened with President Trump, that happened with all of them in the area there. So it's going to be interesting.
Yes. Hey, can you talk into your mic? You're speaking above it.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm a bit arrogant there. All right, let's talk about Oklahoma's origins.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh, yes, let's.
Okay. So because they don't have a what I call professional football team. It's college.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they are called the
OU
nickname.
Sooners. Yes.
Sooners.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So I always find that intriguing.
But you mustn't forget about the Cowboys, even if they're not as popular.
Oh, yeah, they're just as popular. The
OSU
OSU Cowboys. Yeah.
So OU Sooners and
evenly
OSU
divided.
Cowboys.
Oklahoma has Cowboys?
That's the what's it called when they go against each other?
Rival.
The rivals.
Rivalry, yes.
So there is also Oklahoma Cowboys.
OSU.
Oklahoma State Cowboys. Yeah.
Oklahoma State Cowboys.
University.
OSC.
Yeah. OSU.
OSU University, but their
yeah.
team is called Cowboys.
Yes.
Sounds familiar with Dallas's team.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. But they're a high school, and you get a big crowd for these games. People don't realize in Australia that the university games can even draw bigger crowds, I understand, and in reference towards the big plays and everything else, which is pretty intriguing. So it comes in. Are you a Sooner fan?
I go both ways. I went to OSU for undergrad and OU for dental school. And so unless they're playing each other, I root for both teams.
So you are your employment or you are what? What are you?
I've been a dentist for 35 years.
Dentist for 35 years?
Yes.
But you're more than a dentist.
I don't know.
You own the practice.
You own the practice.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
And you do training. Don't you do training? You've been involved in the political area of the dentistry?
I'm very, very involved in politics for dentistry, yeah.
So what is the health like care is it the same as all of USA, or is the state separate? Like how does it run in the dental plans over, and how does it compare to our dental plans over here?
So I don't know.
You have great teeth, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about your dental plans
so
at
Erica
all.
doesn't say
but
anything.
I'm a private practitioner.
Yeah.
And so, I'm either fee for service, or I take dental plans, or I also take Medicare, Medicaid. So, yeah.
So it works out well. So Erica has the best teeth, so she'll just fly back home to Oklahoma to get her teeth done by Mum.
Yeah, I think that's her plan.
Because I have 3 cavities that need resurfaced, and my insurance is not going to cover it. So
how much would that cost in Australia?
$800
for the free. So if it was a private person, like your daughter coming in, how much would it cost in Oklahoma?
It might be comparable.
Yeah, comparable. Yeah. Okay, good. And what about braces? How expensive is braces? You're not an orthodontist, but how expensive is braces?
$4,000 to $5,000.
Yeah, it's
American
equivalent. It's American, but we pay $4,000 to $5,000 Australian. Yeah.
It's way more than that. It can be way more than that here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Braces
Kelly, I'm pretty sure Kelly's Invisalign are way more than that.
Is it right? I saw it was at $4,000 to $5,000.
But I could be wrong.
What about a crown?
my employees take care of that, but I think it's
Yeah, but you
around-
own the business.
maybe 1,700, something like that.
Yeah, I think it's comparable.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. So I think it's pretty comparable.
Yeah.
Anything that works for us is American dollars is more expensive.
Yeah.
So we get
Yep.
30% off over here. Healthcare, so it comes in the area there. It's very good, very good. And Oklahoma politically, how's that going? Strong and good?
Like I say, we're very, very conservative state.
Yeah.
And so, things are going well.
How do you find coming here from a very conservative state like Oklahoma, because you find Texas a little bit liberal? So how do you find Australia, Queensland?
Honestly, I'm not involved enough to know. I'm doing the baby.
Just when you're
the
walking
grandbaby
around,
thing.
going around the place, what's your feel?
Australia's great.
Oh, it's good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
She's
Yeah.
so
My,
sweet. isn't she?
my,
Can't say nothing.
my mom made the comment, correct me if I say it incorrectly, that she feels safe here. Like it feels safe
Oh,
here.
It
that's
feels
good.
safe here. Yes.
We do have different gun rules here.
Yes.
I know that can be a thing. I remember I was staying at the Friends we were talking about.
Yeah.
And there's a friend of mine, Ricky Bosky. He was with me and we stayed at the ranch. And we came in so late at night, we just crashed. When we woke up, it looked like a machine gun sitting on a box of ammunition.
Sure. Yeah.
And he said to me, "Is that real?" And I said, "You're not in Kansas anymore, Ricky. This is Oklahoma."
It's real.
And then we said to Darren, I said, "Darren, in Australia, we wake up and there's birds everywhere. You know what I mean? Where are all the birds?" Darren went, "We shoot them."
Whoa.
Okay, we're
Darren.
exaggerating. We're exaggerating. Don't take it literal. I don't mean literal of it, but I'm just talking there. But yeah, the freedom of the guns is just just a whole different scenario. You know, but has Oklahoma been a pretty safe place in guns compared to Texas and other areas, or is pretty much on par?
I'd say we're very similar to Texas.
Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a different system over here. So there's about 6 of us rode a Harley through Texas, not a Harley, but rode Harleys.
That's quite a bike.
That would be uncomfortable. Yeah, I hope they all held fuel cans. Okay, so what happened is that we rode through Texas, San Antonio, up through those areas there. It was in March. The weather is so extreme. One day it's freezing. We're rugged up, face mask, gloves. Feels like it's for us 6 degrees. And the next day, it felt like it was 40 degrees. We're just dying of perspiration. What on earth has happened? I got photos where we got jackets on, jackets over there. But it is just a pretty profound area there. And with law enforcement, it's different over there to here too. So, there's been a lot of things about shootings, and there's that terrible tragedy, I think it was in Texas,
Yes.
in the school area, which just breaks all of our hearts. And but yeah, it's a really intriguing thing. But we love America, and we love having you here. And we pray that it won't be 11 years before you come back.
My mom has a motorcycle license. I don't know.
Oh, is that right?
Whoa.
Yeah, you're
All
trained
right.
now.
You want to go riding?
No.
You got a hog?
No.
Oh.
I learned with my daughter and son, younger ones, both when they were 14,
Okay.
got their motorcycle licenses. And so I've only ridden a 250. And so that's not very big.
Yeah, we don't call that a bike. Okay. When we went over riding, Daniel Wilson.
Yes,
You
yes.
got to meet Daniel. And
Yes.
he wanted to come over with us. And he goes, "I don't have a license." I said, "Well, go get your license. And then come over and you come riding with us because it's beautiful."
Yeah.
So, he got his license. And over here, they call it LAMS, learner approved bike, which means you're restricted to 500 cc's, can't go higher. And he says, "Can I hire a 500 cc?" I said, no, it'll be at least a 1690 because, you got a good bike there to ride.
Yeah.
He goes, "I don't have a license for that." I said, "In Australia, you don't have a license. In America, you just need a motorbike license. It doesn't matter what the restrictions are. You'll be fine." So he went from a restriction of 500. The next week, he was riding with us, 1690s.
Oh, goodness.
And,
Oh, my goodness.
it was just, I got some of the best pictures with him. So we just had a wonderful, wonderful time. I just thoroughly enjoyed it. So, but no, it was fun. We had a great time there. So have you ridden lately?
No.
Oh, Erica, what are you saying? You're just trying to
has a
stir me.
license, but that's it, apparently.
Say again?
She has a license, but that's it.
Okay.
I have a license to carry a gun too.
Oh, is that right?
I didn't know if you would say that publicly. There you go.
Okay.
Awesome.
Does Erica have a license for a gun?
No.
So when you say you have a license to carry a gun publicly,
Oh, is it concealed?
or
carry?
not concealed?
Yeah, concealed carry.
So it's not like out here six-shooter.
It could be, yeah.
So you're allowed to
So
have it not concealed?
Oklahoma, yeah.
Can you have it outside, you know?
So when I got my license, Oklahoma was a concealed carry state.
Yep.
Now it's an open carry state. You don't even have to have a license.
Texas is the same, right?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So you can actually walk now with the holster so it can be seen.
Oh,
Yeah.
awesome.
Sure.
Until you get
Why not?
shot at. Have you ever been shot at?
It's a weird question to ask.
Well, hang on. I lived in Texas 3 years, nothing shot at.
Oh, yeah.
I was shot at.
That's right. You were. That we've had
All
the
right, my
stories.
wife was 7 months pregnant.
That's right. Yep.
All right, I was shot at.
All right, we can ask that question then.
Yeah, I think I have it right. In New Guinea, they pointed the gun to my head to shoot me.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
so I've had the gun nozzles a couple of times.
Okay, all right.
So have you ever been shot at?
No, never.
Because you
been
had that
shot at.
situation in Oklahoma with the police officer some time back, the state trooper, where a bit anxious and she shot that particular person.
Right,
Some
yeah.
time ago.
Things happen.
So that's right, things happen. And that happens here too.
Yes.
With the police.
Yeah.
Okay. But so do you carry a weapon?
No, not usually. I just keep it at home.
Do you see that? Not usually.
Well, you're not able to carry it like on school property.
I know.
You know, it's a felony.
It's just for of a
Airports,
certain
it's-
number of people, like in a cinema. You're not supposed to bring to cinema,
Yep.
but people do if it's concealed. I go through churches. Now you would think it'd be Texas the worst.
Yeah. Yeah.
The churches up north, and I got to be careful what I say in
Yes.
the areas up north. So we'll just beep. Okay, so north's a long way away. You're in the south. The pastor carries a little short pistol in his back jeans pocket on the stage. Right? He has a minimum of 12 people in the congregation that's a part of the group who are armed. Okay.
Sure.
His sons carry there. So it's fair income.
So you're safe when you go there. That's awesome.
I've been there. Okay. On the gun. So I'm
Perfect.
That's awesome. What weapon do you conceal carry, if you don't mind?
We don't go in the types.
but I like.
It'll
Okay,
probably be a
fine.
little Glock or 9mm. Probably
It's a
that's it.
9mm.
Yeah,
so-
that's awesome.
They call them body rattlers.
Yes,
Okay,
that's so good.
It comes in. So in your church, they carry weapons.
They can, but I don't know. That
So the
anybody
pastor doesn't
does.
say carry a weapon because in the church up north, the pastors have an organized weapon carrying.
Right. Yeah.
No, I'm serious, bro. I'm telling you, you never know.
No, I'm not laughing because it's like there's no way. I'm laughing like, why am I surprised?
It's just a different culture.
Yeah, I know, it's a different culture.
It's easy to criticize, but unless you're
Yeah.
there and understand and how it's based, and you
Yeah.
don't want to get into the amendments on it.
Yeah,
But I'm
yeah,
just
yeah.
saying it's a whole different
Yeah.
criteria.
Yeah, well, we normally carry boomerangs in the church. So.
Do you know Corbett? Do you know Corbett in Oklahoma? Corbett?
Corbett?
Corbett? Yeah, Corbett.
Corbett.
Do you know Corbett?
I don't.
I
I
don't-
think.
Do I know?
Do they go
Corbett?
to Atoka
Yeah.
Church?
Yeah,
I think
they
we
used to.
know them.
Yeah,
but
Corbett.
I don't.
Corbett was a classic when I was I had Ricky with me that one too. He's a lovely guy, beautiful guy. And Dan had assigned him to just drive us around and show us there. And beautiful guy. So we're talking about quite a few years ago. And I'm out on the road up there and we're just driving because, the road goes on forever. To go to one town, next town, it's not like,
forever.
yeah, I think we're going to Sulphur.
Yeah.
So there's this town called Sulphur in Oklahoma.
Sulfur.
Yeah.
Because it smells like
Sulfur.
it.
Dude,
Oh,
It's sulfur.
they have these sulfur pools in the town, and it stinks.
Like rotten egg.
like rotten egg or whatever. It is terrible. What? Yeah, this didn't take much wisdom to know why they call it sulfur. I mean, it is like, why do you call it sulfur? We'll show you. I'm like, oh my goodness, let's go upwind. I mean, it is strong. You know what I mean?
Whoa.
He's a sweet guy. He's a lovely guy. So I want to say love, but just about how we get caught him on air. So he goes, "Oh, Pastor Shaun?" I go, "Yep." And he's a real nice guy. He says, "Do you all have microwave ovens in Australia?" I look at Rick. Rick looked at me, and we were like, "Is he joking? Or is he serious?" So I said, "No." He goes, "Oh, how do you cook?" I You tell he was a bachelor, because he's a micro oven. I said, we just have an open fire pit in the living room floor, and we just put the meat in there and do it. He goes, he looked at me like, it's really true or not now? And he goes, can I ask you another question? I said, why not? You're on a roll. You know what I mean? Go for it. He says, do you have a pet kangaroo? And I said, sure do. Everybody has a pet kangaroo. Yeah. He goes, really? I said, sure. Just like you have a dog, we have a kangaroo. I said, but we only have females. He goes, why? I said, Ricky doesn't know why. He goes, you don't know what? Because female kangaroos have pouches, son. I said, males don't have pouches. Yeah. So we only have female kangaroos because they have pouches. Yeah. He goes, why? I said, son, so when we go to grocery stores, we can put the groceries in the pouch and get back. But I said, but you never put milk in it. Why? I said, because it hops so much, by the time you get home, it's turned to butter. I said, like, you just don't do it.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I'm not saying he believed me, but, man, we strung him for a mile. You know? I forget the name of the guy who used to live in the McCain's house. He used to live downstairs. Lovely, lovely guy. He had starched, his jeans were starched, right? And like they look like, I don't know, in America, they starch everything. Yes. Right?
Oh, yeah.
And the jeans, when they're starched, you came out like planks. They're like this. They're not, they're like planks, like they have much that. And they're only like this thick because of the starch.
Yeah.
I'm seriously. And I heard this boom, boom, boom. I go in there, he's on the floor trying to get his legs into the jeans. And when you, with starch, when you push it, it makes this crispy, the sound. So anyhow, I'm out with him. We had to go to some church, and Darren had him drive us out to this church. Out, I don't know where it was, but out. It was a drive. Yes. And we're driving along, and I said, dude, is there anybody get any coffee? He goes, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, we're going to find a gas station. And he goes, oh, look, Count. I go, what? Count. Now, I forget this guy's name. Do you remember his name? He's a lovely guy. I miss this guy. And I couldn't understand. I finally found out between Count was a coyote, but he called it Count.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't get it. Count.
Coyote, yeah.
Yeah, Count. Count. Yeah. I go like, what? Count. You see it? Count. He's getting frustrated like I was just either taking the mickey out of him or nothing. I couldn't comprehend what he said. It's Count. I'm going like, it's a what? A cow? No, not a cow. It's a cow. They're like, oh, they're just trying to get the language. Is there any words we use that throw you off?
I'll have to think about it.
Okay.
I don't know.
What about a dummy spit?
Like,
you ever had a dummy
slang.
spit?
No, I don't know what that is.
Dummy spit? Well, a dummy spit to us is like what you call a pacifier, we call a dummy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so, down your way, you say, man, they're so angry, they dropped their tailgate and got out of here, like that's the thing. So we'd say dummy spit. Man, they're so angry, they had a dummy spit. So, like a baby goes, spits out the pacifier. So that's what we call it. Yeah, dummy spit.
Dummy spit, yeah.
So passive, dummy.
Yeah. I mean, just simple things like we call a pram a stroller.
Correct, yes.
Yeah.
And what like you call diapers, we call
nappies.
Right,
yeah.
so that might be something always around the head.
Exactly.
Nappy head,
So, serviettes, I would call that a napkin.
Yeah, they go away.
I don't need it.
And rock melon.
Yeah, that's a cantaloupe.
That's right, yeah.
So you know why melons get married in a church?
Why?
Because they can't cantaloupe. Because they cantaloupe.
Cantaloupe.
Isn't cantaloupe an animal?
No.
Antelope is an animal. No, cantaloupe is what we call rock melon.
Yeah. Cantaloupe.
Yeah, so they have, and then what we call a capsicum, you call a bell pepper.
Oh,
you know what I mean? And there's lots of, shallots, spring onions, and lots of things we do in different terminologies.
Oh, we do shallots.
I remember we first went to the States. We were over there at Youth Pastors. And my wife, we're trying to dress. We went to, after young people, and it's like a McDonald's, but they call them Wendy's. Right? And they said, what do you want to drink? And this is over 30. My wife says, oh, can I have a lemonade? So in Australia, lemonade is like a Sprite or a 7-Up.
Yeah.
In America, it's lemon juice. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Lemonade.
Oh. And so they give her this lemonade. She goes, oh. She goes, what's this? They said, lemonade. This ain't lemonade. This is lemon juice. But you have to realize you got to say the brand name. There's either Sprite or 7-Up. Do you have a Sprite? Do you have a 7-Up?
Yeah.
So that
and
was
when we order lemonade here, we get the same reaction. We're like, oh, what is this?
Yeah. So it's just a whole difference. It's cute.
It's like flip-flops, how we have a different word for it, but we can't say it on the.
You can't say it anymore.
Yeah, we can't say
Yeah,
it.
It means
that's
something
right.
else.
Once you've been to America, your mind's broken, so you can't say it anymore. So anybody says that, I say, don't say that, please. It just doesn't work for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've told you before, don't say that word anymore. So it comes across there. But I think we're more used to American culture than you are to ours.
I'm sure.
Purely because American television, American music,
American everything, yeah.
American fashion, American news, it comes across that area there.
Yes.
So, but it's quite interesting and quite intriguing. So
I
but no,
asked her if we had an emergency, what we dial, and she said it's 000. But she said they'll also accept 911 because you have so many American shows.
not on a home phone.
Only on mobile.
Only
on
on
your
a
cell phone.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can do.
And I think you
Yeah.
find that only works on an Apple phone.
Okay.
Oh,
So it
okay.
doesn't work on a Samsung.
Yeah.
Okay.
So on the American system, Apple phone, you can hit 911 or 000. And of course, New Zealand has like 011 or something. So they all have different, I don't know exactly
Yes.
that's right, but something like that. But it's American tuned in, which is a great idea.
Yes, yes.
It's a wonderful idea. So it comes in there. But it's great.
It is. It's awesome. Yes.
Erica?
So I did,
Can't see her, but I can hear her.
yeah.
Yes.
It's life, isn't it?
I did tell Ed that my mom has this thing, a poem to read if you want. If you
Ooh.
have time for that. But you also
She
have
has a palm tree?
a poem to
to
read.
She said a
No,
palm
I heard poem. You heard right.
But Ed knew what I was talking about because I already talked to him.
Yeah.
Or you said you have a video
No,
too.
that's okay.
So it depends.
It was a video of the Sooners.
Oh,
okay.
okay.
So so that's not as important, I suppose. So
Yeah.
let's
do the poem.
Let's do the poem.
Yeah,
Okay,
let's go.
Cool.
Okay, it's a little long. So this is in honor of my mom.
Oh.
My mom was...
You write poetry?
No.
Okay. Well, that sort of took us down 2 grades, didn't it?
That's okay. I don't write poetry either. So
I know.
Oh, sorry.
We got a snort. Okay. Mother and daughter. Okay.
When we
Well, we've heard you snort, girl, so don't you worry about that.
it's definitely related.
It's definitely related.
from the airport.
If you could see them both now, okay? If you could see mother and daughter this moment, okay, you would know what Ed and I are looking at, okay?
When we picked my mom up from the airport, my mom and I ended up laughing in the car on the way home, and Cruz was confused because we laughed the same. And he's like, "What is going on?"
Double trouble. We would love to hear the
Okay.
poem.
Okay. So my mom, she taught English and debate and,
Oh, that's
and
good.
drama and things like that. So
Yeah.
I'm most like my mom when I'm reading this. So it's fairly long, and I want to share it. It's by Anonymous. So I read it from the book Balcony People by Joyce Landorf Heatherly. And I actually emailed them and asked them for permission, and they didn't get back to me. But it's by Anonymous, so I think
you're
it's
right.
okay. Okay.
I think reading it is okay.
Yeah, it should be
It's
right.
publishing
Okay.
it gives us.
Okay. Please hear what I'm not saying. Don't be fooled by me. Don't be fooled by the face I wear, for I wear a mask. I wear 1,000 masks. Masks that I'm afraid to take off, and none of them are me. Pretending is an art that's second nature with me, but don't be fooled. For God's sake, don't be fooled. I give you the impression that I'm secure, that all is sunny and unruffled with me, within as well as without. That confidence is my name and coolness my game, and the water's calm and I'm in command and that I need no one. But don't believe me, please. My surface may be smooth, but my surface is my mask, my ever-varying and ever-concealing mask. Beneath lies no smugness, no complacence. Beneath dwells the real me in confusion, in fear, in aloneness. But I hide this. I don't want anybody to know it. I panic at the thought of my weaknesses and fear exposing them. That's why I frantically create my masks to hide behind. They're nonchalant, sophisticated facades to help me pretend, to help shield me from the glance that knows. But such a glance is precisely my salvation, my only salvation, and I know it. That is, if it's followed by acceptance, and if it's followed by love. It's the only thing that can liberate me from myself, from my own self-built prison walls, from the barriers that I so painstakingly erect. That glance from you is the only thing that assures me of what I can't assure myself, that I'm really worth something. But I don't tell you this. I don't dare. I'm afraid to. I'm afraid you'll think less of me, that you'll laugh, and your laugh would kill me. I'm afraid that deep down I'm nothing, that I'm just no good, and you will see this and reject me. So I play my game, my desperate pretending game, with a facade of assurance without and a trembling child within. So begins the parade of masks, the glittering but empty parade of masks, and my life becomes a front. I idly chatter to you in suave tones of surface talk. I tell you everything that's nothing and nothing of what's everything, of what's crying within me. So when I'm going through my routine, do not be fooled by what I'm saying. Please listen carefully and try to hear what I'm not saying. Hear what I'd like to say, but what I cannot say. I dislike hiding, honestly. I dislike the superficial game I'm playing, the superficial phony game. I'd really like to be genuine in me, but I need your help, your hand to hold, even though my masks would tell you otherwise. It will not be easy for you. Long-felt inadequacies make my defenses strong. The nearer you approach me, the blinder I may strike back. Despite what books say of men, I'm irrational. I fight against the very thing that I cry out for. You wonder who I am? You shouldn't, for I'm every man and every woman who wears a mask. Don't be fooled by me, at least not by the face I wear.
Beautiful. So tell me
Thank
what
you.
you love so much in that particular poem.
I mean, it's truth to me.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's like it's that deep part of you that
Yeah.
you can't share with people.
Yeah.
It's that part that people need us to reach out with that acceptance.
Yeah.
To show
Unconditional.
them God's acceptance.
Yes.
So that they can be real and
Yeah.
genuine.
How is the church going in America?
I think parts of it are going great. It needs to be strong. America needs the church to be strong.
Australia does too. I think we're all the same.
Yes.
We need it so badly to stand up and be the beacon that God intends for it to be.
Amen. Amen. Over here right now, the biggest challenge, well, not biggest challenge, well, as you know, a very large Pentecostal, by name, not really know much about what they do, but Pentecostal church, its leadership's gone through quite a bit of challenges, and they had long reach into America as well and around the world. So, it's a time of challenging right now for churches.
Yes.
But there's always seasons of challenging.
Yes. Waves.
And, Jack Hayford just passed away. He was 88, I think he is. And, I'm 60. And for me, Jack Hayford, as a young fellow, was, Foursquare leader. That's where Amy Sybil McPherson's group is from.
Oh, yeah.
And he's just one of those balanced, stable guys. But, he went through so much. I mean, I don't know if you know Jack Hayford?
Not real familiar.
Yeah. Well, he had given, over a decade ago, his church to his son-in-law or something. And he died in a motor accident, as I remember, and had to take back. So he's gone through quite a bit.
Yes.
But he used to write songs. And the lyrics of one particular song was, I don't know the song now, is to go, he was very educated man. You know the one?
I don't know for
Because
sure.
I anticipate the inevitable, the
yes.
supernatural intervention of God. I expect a miracle. I want to sing
Yes.
it. But I remember hearing that, I think in the early 80s. I anticipate the inevitable supernatural intervention of God. I expect him. This is the way he was in his worship in the area. It's just a very, very good man. So it's I'm not going to say it's a loss, because I always feel that God's never caught off guard.
Yes.
When
yes.
Moses went, he had Joshua,
Yep.
so he's always ready. But it's the end of an era.
Yes. Yes.
And it comes across in that time. But,
Yes.
the United States needs God. We
Yes.
need God. But we need to also just, how do I say it? Because,
Stay strong.
well, I mean, I got to choose my words carefully, because I don't want it to come across as it may come. Because I said that I don't want the church to be an entertainment.
Yes.
But at the same time, those entertaining groups, I'd prefer people to go there than go to a nightclub.
Yes. Yes.
So I'm not going to attack them because they seem to be more the entertaining style. because they are attracting a young adult
Yes,
who might
yes.
be elsewhere at clubs. The problem is sometimes these groups are also going to clubs.
Yes.
But, so there's whatever, but the water always finds its own level.
Yeah.
But it's been a challenge, across America, or across Australia, I should say. We still have our challenges because of court cases in that area. And even though we're not a part of that, you'll get labelled. And I think even correct with your particular group, Uniting area, there was a big thing not so long ago.
It's currently happening with the Methodist Church, and even in my area of Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, right there, quite a few churches have disaffiliated from the Methodist Church.
Whatever you call it. Yeah.
But the thing is, there hasn't even been a vote. I mean, there's not even a chance for a vote for a year. They're preemptively been giving information that things are going to happen. And so, it's taking apart a really, really strong denomination that does a lot of global ministry and basically splitting it. And it's a tough time right now.
So what are the origins of your denomination?
Well, of course, John Wesley.
So this is the intriguing area, okay? So, and I'm sure you're familiar with it. There's a particular guy, I've forgotten his name, who was John Wesley's offsider, who did all of this circuit. He looked after America under the area. And I've got a particular biography of him. I read his life story. And during the Revolution, I think it was King George, wasn't it? He demanded allegiance from John Wesley. And John Wesley, I don't know which, John Wesley had to give allegiance or gave allegiance to the King of England and wrote to all of the churches in America not to align with the revolutionists. And this particular, I forget his name, I'll come back later, maybe Eric is trying to Google it for me, but he was in charge of the Methodist churches in America he was English, and he said this: we are no longer under you, John Wesley. We respect you as our father, but we're no longer under you because
Thomas Coke?
Thomas Coke, is it? Yeah, it doesn't sound totally familiar, but I don't think it's quite him. But he said, but we're going to run on our own path. And it was a big separation.
Francis Asbury?
Yeah, Francis Asbury was the guy. Okay. So he was English. Thanks, Erica. He was English, but he looked after the American area, so he made that statement there. So I always like looking at the past in the area. So it has a rich... I was a Methodist.
Yes. I heard you speak.
Oh, that's right. I was a Methodist. I'm sure it's different in your area, but in our area of Methodist, I thought I was a Christian because I was a white Australian. I know it sounds stupid, but
I know.
I believed in God, and this is it. I mean, if I was in the Middle East, I'd be a Muslim.
Yes.
You know what I mean? If I was trying to become...
I think a lot of Americans are like that too.
No, that's just what I did. What I'm trying to say is I went through confirmation.
Yes.
Did you have confirmation?
No, I joined the church just 5 years ago.
Okay. So we had to do confirmation so we could partake in
communion.
Communion in that area. And so when I had that ticket, so I thought, here I am a Christian. Look, I have the area. Then I went to a Pentecostal church that says anybody can have it as long as you're born again. It's like, is that legal?
Born again.
You know what I mean? Legal. And then they said, what on earth is born again?
What's that?
Yeah, but it's quite interesting because Wesley, and you know that Wesley never left the Church of England.
Right.
Did you know that?
No,
Yeah.
but I have studied. I'm a certified lay speaker with the Methodist Church.
Yeah.
And so I have done a lot of study. And
He never broke away from the Church of England Anglican.
I've studied his views on communion.
Yes.
And they were quite different than what your experience was.
Yeah.
And
Well, we're talking about how religion has changed it all through the
Right.
time.
Yeah.
I mean Wesley's. I have been linked by my critics as being Wesleyan and thought.
That
Which is
wouldn't be a
true.
bad thing.
I'm not a Calvinist.
Right.
Okay.
Correct.
Yes.
Whereas Whitefield was. Okay.
Correct.
Of course, Whitefield had a huge following in the United States of America. But the fact is that so I'm Arminianist, and but the fact of the matter is, but it's just very interesting. And so, do you know where the word Methodist came from? In your studies?
Probably, but I don't remember.
It just meant they were methodical.
Methodical, that's what,
Because it goes back to their Christian club in Oxford where they would be methodical. They'd wake up at 6, they'd pray for an hour, then they would eat, then they would study for an hour, then they'd do outreach and go this for an hour and go to area here. But, it's a very interesting background. And his relationship life was just tragic. You read about him as well?
No.
He was a missionary to the Americas. I don't know exactly which part. And he fell in love with the governor's daughter. He was engaged, and it went bad. And basically, he had to leave because the governor was going to imprison him. Okay, don't mess with the governor's daughter. And he had all those issues, and and he did get married. And have you read John Wesley's diary?
No.
It's a great. I have to get that as a gift for you.
Thank you.
And because he rode like 250,000 miles in the back of the horse. Read so many 400 something books. He wrote a medical journal. He wrote a dictionary. I mean, like he was phenomenal in his area. But he wrote in his and when he was like 80 something, he said, "Forgive me, Lord, I could only spend like 2 hours on my knees rather than 4 today." It's just phenomenal area. And he wrote in his diary, he says, "Today my wife has left me, and I shall not ask her to come back." Because when he would preach, she would swear at him, cuss at him. She'd go up and grab him by the hair and pull him out of church. So I would surely write something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just
A lot of men would think that. But
I'll finish with this little story talking about Wesley and that, just to finish off. So thank you so much for being with us.
Absolutely. Thank you.
And safe traveling journeys, and I hope we'll see you again soon. But John Wesley's home, where he grew up, his mama, Susanna, was just incredible. I think she had like 14 kids. And he would say, "How do you pray?" So she said, reading that she would sit in the kitchen and put the tea towel over her head. Did you ever read that one? And she said, whenever the kids saw mama sitting there with the tea towel on her head, don't disturb, she's praying. So this whole idea is nowhere to go. She just put the tea towel over her. It's an amazing story. But their home in which John Wesley lived is still there. And you can go up to the bedroom, and it's all roped off. And you'll see these 2 grooves on the timber floor. And that was because he spent so many hours, he had calluses on his knees. And going way back, there is an American college team, church team, I don't know, were over visiting and looking at the history. And they come back to the bus, they come out of Wesley's house, and they're counting. They're missing one. There's one particular guy. He's a tall, lanky, farming sort of boy. And they couldn't find him. They're looking everywhere. Couldn't find him. But they could hear the sobbing, and it was coming from upstairs in Wesley's room. And they went upstairs to Wesley's room. And he had stepped over the rope barricade. He had placed his knees in the worn-out grooves where Wesley was. He's on the bed, sobbing. He was saying, "Do it again. Do it again." And they tapped him on the shoulder. They said, "Mr. Billy Graham, it's time to go home."
Wow.
Just an amazing story. It doesn't matter what denomination. He was Baptist. Doesn't matter what denomination. Doesn't matter what background. There are gems that we can take.
Yes.
Because I tell people, don't cast all Catholics out. There are some God-loving, God-fearing Catholics who I know.
Yeah.
Yes.
Don't cast out all Baptists. There's some good Baptist people. Don't cast. There's something in this area.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Let's just love one another.
Yes.
There'll be those who follow Paul. There'll be those who follow Apollos. There's those following Barnabas. We all follow Jesus.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yes. Amen.
So thank you so much for joining us. We pray that you have a great week this week. And don't forget, this Sunday, I'm going to be speaking in the morning
You are.
at the 8 and 9:30. I'm looking forward to it. Ed.
Yes. Me too.
And I'd love to see the people coming out again like last week. That was that was wonderful. And
evening
so I'll be
service.
sharing the word of God there.
Yes.
Do you remember the title of my message?
Oh, I definitely do, but I think you would do more justice at saying it.
Are you ready? Do you remember what last week's message was called?
Conqueror.
Yes. So this one is called Grace.
Oh, that's not as powerful.
Oh! But by grace are we saved, my friend. But by the grace of God. Somebody help this man. Okay. So I'll be sharing there, and Josiah is sharing at night.
Yes.
Do we know what his title is?
Of course not.
Okay, so it's coming. It's coming. It's coming.
stand by.
So it comes together. And we're looking forward to each and every one being a part of the church in this new year. And coming in February, we have our Vision Sunday coming up, the dedication, all the things happening. So what is happening at the end of this month in a couple of weeks? We have a special guest artist whose name is?
Peter Shirley.
Peter Shirley. Surely it'll be a good time.
It surely will.
Yeah, so he'll be preaching the 8 and the 9:30, play a little bit on the fiddle. And then at the 6 o'clock, he's doing a concert in other areas there. He's got a new album, so I'm looking forward to having Peter's a good friend. I was just talking to him on the phone just yesterday, so he's looking forward to come up from Hobart, so it's going to be good. Well, he doesn't live in Hobart. He's out Launceston way, but I'm looking forward to having him come up there. It's going to be a good time.
It's going to be great.
You looking forward to church?
Yes, and I'll say if anyone would like to listen to some of this parts, some of the things that Pastor was just talking about with the Do It Again. We did a whole special where we just talked about all these different
church fathers.
Episodes 20 to 30 we cover of Today at Dunamis. We cover all those people. Specifically, Do It Again is episode 21. If you would like to...
when did we do that?
It was last year.
1 year. This says 1 year ago.
Wow, you're good. I like it.
Yeah, I quickly just looked
So
it up.
take us away, Ed. Give me some music.
Yes. Thank you for joining us here.
God bless you. Bless you, Erica.
At Dunamis. See you next time, folks.
Here we are today to talk life.